welcome back to Reading with Leon. We are going to read And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street by Dr. Seuss. I love Dr. Seuss. My first book I ever remember memorizing, well, what my mama says, is Go Dog Go. One day I'll have to read that one. When I leave home to walk to school, Dad always says to me, "Marco, keep your eyelids up and see what you can see." But when I tell him where I've been and what I think I've seen, he looks at me and sternly says, "Your eyesight's much too keen. Stop telling such outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales." Now what can I say when I get home today? He is walking. He's either walking to or from school. Let's see what happens. All the long way to school and all the long way back, I looked and I've kept careful track. But all that I've noticed except my own feet was a horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street. That's nothing to tell of. That won't do, of course. Just a broken down wagon that's drawn by a horse. But that can't be my story. That's only a start. I'll say that a zebra was pulling that cart. That's a story that no one can beat. When I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street, there's a zebra. Yes, the zebra is fine, but I think it's a shame. Such a marvelous beast with a cart that's so tame. That story would be better to hear if the driver I saw were a charioteer. Gold and blue chariot something to meet, rumbling like thunder down Mulberry Street. I don't know, I kind of like the cart better. No, it won't do at all. A zebra's too small. A reindeer is better. He's fast and he's fleet, and he might look mighty smart on old Mulberry Street. There's a reindeer going zoom. Hold on a minute, there's something wrong. A reindeer hates the way it feels to pull a thing that runs on wheels. He'd be much happier instead if he could pull a fancy sled. Look how happy he is. But is it cold enough for a sled? They're wearing snow things, but he wasn't wearing it earlier. A reindeer in a sleigh? Say anyone could think of that. Jack or Fred or Jan or Joe or Nat. Say even Jane could think of that. But it isn't too late to make one little change. A sleigh and an elephant. There's something strange. I'll pick one with plenty of power and size. A blue one with plenty of fun in his eyes. And then, just to give him a little more tone, I'll have Raja with rubies perched high on the throne. Say, that makes a story that no one can beat. When I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Pages are sticking together. Okay, there we go. But now I don't know. It still doesn't seem right. An elephant pulling a thing that's so light would whip it around in the air like a kite. But he looks simply grand with a great big brass band. Wonder what song they're playing. A band that's so good should have someone to hear it. But it's going so fast that it's hard to keep near it. I'll put it on a trailer. I know they won't mind if a man sits and listens while hitched on behind. But now is it fair? Is it fair what I've done? I'll bet those wagons weigh more than a ton. That's really too heavy load for one beast. I'll give him some helpers. He needs 2 at least. What are his helpers? What do those look like, guys? They look like giraffes. But now what worries me is this. Mulberry Street runs into bliss. Unless there's something I can fix up, there'll be an awful traffic mix-up. Wonder why? It takes police to do the trick, to guide them through where traffic's thick. It takes police to do the trick. They'll never crash now. They'll race at top speed with Sergeant Mulvaney himself in the lead. They're on their little bicycles. The mayor is there and he thinks it's grand, and he raises his hat as they dash by the stand. The mayor is there and the aldermen too, all waving big banners of red, white, and blue. And that is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. He has a good imagination, this boy. Or girl, I can't remember what he looks like. With a roar of its motor, an airplane appears and dumps out confetti while everyone cheers. Yay! And that makes a story that's really not bad, but it still could be better. Suppose that I add... what's he gonna add? A Chinese boy who eats with sticks, a big magician doing tricks, a 10-foot beard that needs a comb. No time for more, I'm almost home. Let's see. I swung around the corner and dashed through the gate. I ran up the steps and I felt simply great. For I had a story that no one could beat, and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But Dad said quite calmly, just draw up your stool and tell me the sights on the way home from school. There was just so much to tell, I just couldn't begin. Dad looked at me sharply and pulled on his chin. He frowned at me sternly from there in his seat. Was there nothing to look at? No people to greet? Did nothing excite you or make your heart beat? What about his story? Nothing, I said, growing red as a beet, but a plain horse and wagon on Mulberry Street. Well, he told the truth in the end. That's great. You guys have a great day, and remember to be honest. Then your parents will trust you. Bye!